Hello, welcome to another video. Umut here. Today I have exciting new supplies. These sprays took my attention a lot because they are acrylic sprays actually. It's the first time we have in mixed media acrylic sprays. It is by Ranger Dina Wakley Gloss Sprays and they come in 12 colors for now. After I saw Dina's executions in Creativation, I was so excited and I ordered them immediately. Today I want to play with them a little bit and show you many ways to use them, get to know the colors, many combinations, and I'm going to do it with mainly tags, but I'm going to show you other surfaces as well. I have many tags prepared here. And I have Dina Wakley's own journal here. It's a small size and it has very thick pages from cotton paper, so it's quite different than what we are used to. And I'm going to use this place on this journal as well. As you see, it's very thick and it has quite a bit of texture. Today we will prepare 12 backgrounds all together, and I'm going to show everything in their dried forms at the very end of the video. I prepared my towel at the back of my mat, craft mat, and this is a plastic craft mat that I am using. I'm not going to speed up my video this time too much, maybe sometimes, but in general I will keep it real time so you can see it. You need to shake these bottles very well because they need to mix, the pigment needs to mix. And one big warning, please don't forget to clean your nozzle immediately because acrylic paint is plastic and it will clog your sprays immediately. So after I use them in a few seconds, I actually took my baby wipe and cleaned the nozzle like this. It's a little gesture that you need to do after you use them to keep your sprays working. First of all, I love the choice of colors from Dina Wakley. I already liked choice of colors for her acrylics. I don't have them, but I was always watching them. So she reflected the same portfolio to her sprays, which is amazing. And acrylic sprays are great because when it dries, it will be permanent. You can do whatever you want on top of them. They are not going to move again. Here I am using a color of lime, night, turquoise together. It's a beautiful combination, and I'm using my heat gun to dry it, but I would tell be careful while drying it with a heat gun. Dina Wakley herself says leave it alone to air dry, but I'm not that patient and I work with acrylics a lot, so keep it with a distance because acrylic is plastic, and if you keep it too close, too hot, it will burn it and there will be bubbles and all that stuff. So if you're going to use a heat gun, keep your distance and move it around. So after I dry it, I decided to try the white paint. This is a heavy body acrylic. And I'm just using a stencil to go over it with a sponge to dab it. And the thing I want to see is, because this is acrylic spray, the white should stay white, crisp white, and should layer beautifully, which it does. If it was other paints, other sprays that was water-based, this paint would take the color of the spray underneath and you wouldn't get this impression at all. So that's the beauty of it. Here I'm going to try another background and some embossing techniques. I'm using the yellow color, cheddar color. I love this cheddar color, it's very beautiful. And I'm going to go with another color. I think this is fuchsia. As you see, I'm cleaning my nozzles right away. I took another stencil after it dried and I am just spraying the white to see how the white performs over other colors, if it will stay crisp white. And I am just using the same stencil, just using it on another tag, the part I sprayed. Just I pressed it on the tag, that's all. So I dried it, and this white also stayed crisp white, which is very nice. And now I'm going to, after it dries, I'm going to spray the same colors that I used over this one and see if it will resist. So I'm going to dab with a dry paper towel, and as you see, I'm dabbing it, and the parts that has the stencil, the white spray, definitely resists, so you get a very nice look and different look, because there is this embossing resist quality to these sprays, because they are acrylics. So when it dries, it turns into plastic, and it's not possible for the other spray color to stay on this. It's not a crisp white look, of course, but it gives a very beautiful look. So these are two different tags with the same tools, using different techniques, which I love both of them. In the next one, I'm going to try to air dry it, because until now I dried it with a heat gun always. So I'm using this beautiful ocean color. This is marine, and I will also use the turquoise again. You see these cells that forms because of its formulation, this acrylic quality that it has, that gives an amazing texture right away. Even if you spray 2-3 colors, it looks amazing. These are my favorite sprays by far, and I'm going to definitely want more colors, please. I'm going to leave this aside to air dry, and I'm going to work on another technique. This technique Dina Wakley shows herself in her videos. I crumpled this rice paper, blank rice paper that I had at home. You can buy it very easily from stationeries, Amazon, art stores. And I'm going to spray a few colors. This is eggplant, again the turquoise, and I'm going to spray marine. This is a beautiful color combination, and again I'm cleaning my nozzles right away. And I'm going to press my tag over this rice paper to see what kind of texture I will get. And as you see, you get a beautiful texture because the paper is crumpled. But this is a little bit too much. Let's see if I don't press it so much, a little bit lighter. As you see, if you press it in different ways, every time you will get a different impression. And this is an amazing technique. It doesn't finish here. If you dry this, again, this texture will stick and act as an emboss. So if you spray all over the tag again, it will just, this yellow color will stick to the places where there is no paint, which will give you a great layering technique. I'm using a dry paper towel just to dab off the excess paint, and as you see, the color that we used before is there, and the new color sticks to the empty places. I'm using this olive color on the other tag, and again just dab it off with a dry paper towel, and as you see, all the other colors are in place. It acted like an emboss, and our beautiful olive color is at the back. So these are the two other backgrounds we got from this rice paper dabbing technique. And by the way, here is our air dried tag background. It looks gorgeous. So what I'm going to do is use another stencil, which is a rain droplets. Use this very nice pink color, and as you see, I can easily take off all the paint that I don't want on it with a baby wipe, because again the background now is dried and it's plastic, so anything wet on it, easily you can clean it off. It's very nice if you make mistakes or don't like something. And I want to show you now these sprays on different surfaces. I'm going to spray these on these wooden chipboards directly without gesso, and as you see, it takes the color very well and it will blend itself because it's acrylic. I will use these two colors, yellow and marine, and if you go back and forth, it will blend very nicely without you doing anything. Again, I remind again and again, as you see, I am cleaning the nozzles right away, and shake your bottles before you use them. Look how beautiful it is. I'm really happy with it. I'll do one more. I'll spray this dragonfly, purple in the middle and pink on the outside, and I will show you everything as they are dry at the very end of the video. And I don't want to waste all this gorgeous color that I used, so I'm just dabbing another tag on these colors that I used, and you will see, without any effort, I will have a gorgeous background right away. Here it is. It's amazing. Don't forget to have a large space when you are spraying, because it goes everywhere. And don't forget not to wear your favorite clothes, because in case it jumps on you, it will definitely not go anywhere. When acrylic dries, it's plastic. If it's on your clothes, it will stay there. So another technique that I'm going to use, I will put these chipboards on the tag, and I'm going to spray olive and ocean. And when I lift these, I have these beautiful butterfly places empty. And now I'm going to try the embossing technique again. This also Dina Wakley shows in her videos. I sprayed it there, and I'm going to, and I didn't even wait for it to dry, as you saw. I'm going to dab all this paint, and as you see, the places that was with paint already didn't take this pink color, and it stayed only on the butterfly places because they were empty. With a simple act, I have colored butterflies, and instead of them, some colorful butterflies on the tag. You can just place these, for example, off the marks a little bit and have a beautiful look. And now let's see how it reacts on metal. I'm pretty sure it won't stick to metal. I have a metal key here, and I have the night color. I'm going to spray it. If I use gesso, it will work, but on metal, I'm pretty sure it won't stick. But I will show anyway. I will just set it aside and leave it to dry. And this is a mold that I created. And I will just spray it on this as well to show you, and it will stay on that for sure. So it's another easy way to color your molds. Acrylic paints also don't stay on metal, so I wouldn't be surprised if the sprays don't stay as well. And again, I'm going to take all this goodness out of my mat and create another tag. And you can always maybe complete your tag. So I like what I see. So I'll complete it with yellow, night and cheddar colors, which is a combination that I love actually. And it looks absolutely gorgeous. And to spice it up a little bit, I'm going to take the white spray, and just splash on it a little bit, not spraying but splattering, and it will create, I'm sure, a very beautiful texture. And here is the key. you will see that I can clean it it didn't dry and it didn't stick on it. I can clean it with a baby wipe very easily. So without gesso, it will not stick on metal, just so you know. And what about your working space? This mat is, because it dried over and over, very dirty now. I'm just spraying some water. And if you have your baby wipe, or better, use a metal spatula to just scrape it off, because it's dry, it's plastic, so you can take it off easily. Now let's do another one, just to show you how it reacts on gesso. This tag is, I put white gesso on it and I dried it. So now there is gesso on this. It will react the same, so it's fine. Like you could use acrylic paint on this tag alone and with gesso. What gesso gives you is a smoother surface that is prepared. So if I want to clean it, now I can clean it because it's not going to soak into the paper. That's what gesso does. I will show you the difference. I will just spray on this paper, maybe on this side. And if I want to clean it, it will soak in it a little bit, so I won't be able to have this white surface. But if you see, when I put gesso, before it dries, of course, I will be able to take it off and manipulate it. Now that you've seen the difference, I'm going to do another texture. I took another stencil and I'm just spraying some yellow over this stencil, and as you see, I can wipe it off before it dries in the places that I don't want. And I will show you how the modeling paste reacts. I took this tag that I prepared before and I'm going to do some clouds with this stencil and my modeling paste. The difference will be, if you use water-based sprays, this modeling paste would take the color of the spray underneath. However, since this is acrylic spray, it's going to stay crisp white. As you see, it's not taking the color underneath at all, because the color underneath is now permanent. Which is another amazing thing. I really didn't like when the modeling paste took the color of the spray. And here we go, another trial with a cling film. I'm going to use 3 colors, white, turquoise and marine. And I'm going to take this cling film from my kitchen and I'm going to just stick it on there and wait for it to dry, to see if it will create some nice texture. This is a technique that I did with infusions before and got great result. So I'm just trying with these paints as well. In the meanwhile it dries, I painted this tag with black gesso and I am wondering how vibrant they look over black. And as you see, they look amazing. So you can just use these over blacks as well. Normal water-based sprays wouldn't give this result for sure over black. This is because they are acrylic sprays. And I got a little bit crazy here and wondered what is the darkest color going to look. So this is marine, and I'm going to even I decided to use all the paints and go crazy and see how they look. This is night, as you see, even that shows. And let's go and spray everything and see how Dina Wakley's 12 colors look on a black tag. This is so much fun. They don't create mud, by the way, which is great because they layer on top of each other. And in the end, you will see it will look amazing. So don't be scared to use many colors and stay with 1 or 2 only. Just experiment and see how they look together. What is the worst thing that can happen? You don't like it and you throw it. I think her color choices are amazing. If I need to add something, I would have liked a red and an orange. Cheddar is a little bit orangey, but not exactly. But I'm sure there will be more colors coming. And in the end I decided to splash the white, and look how amazing it looks, all of them together. And in the end, when it dried, I let this air dry actually. Here is the amazing texture and different look that it has. Even if you want to do it, you can't do it this way. And let's look at our tag with the cling film. I didn't put it for so long because it's acrylic. It dries quite quickly anyway. And it has this amazing texture now, as you see. It dried very nicely and it turned into plastic now. And waiting for you to create something nice. Without any effort, you have this amazing texture. Again, I want to remind you that you need to have a large space and be careful when you spray. Maybe put an apron so that it doesn't go all over. And now I'm going to spray in Dina Wakley's journal itself. And because it's cotton paper, it soaks in a lot, so it doesn't move and give those nice textures. Probably this is best to use with gesso. It's nice, of course, it acts like a normal spray, but it definitely soaks in more than the tag, much more than the tag. So if you use gesso, I think you will get the same nice cells and the same effects. But within this specific journal, it definitely soaks in. But it's a very heavy paper, so the good thing is there is nothing at the back, so it doesn't soak into the other pages, which is a very good thing to have. So finally, let's look at everything all nice and dry. I want to say also, because this is gloss spray, it has a glossy look, not like you have mica in it and it shines, but it has a glossy look. These are the twins that we did with the rice paper. The white stays white, all crisp and nice because of the embossing effect. And as you can see here, the paint dries, the modeling paste dries, and they all stay white. They don't take the color underneath, which is amazing. This is the one we splashed. I simply took the color off my mat, and look how gorgeous it looks. And I'm trying to catch the light for you to see the gloss on it. This is the one, again with the embossing. We have these pinks nicely, and this has gesso underneath, as you remember. And this one again was a coincidence of my table, which is beautiful. And this is the black tag, black gesso, where I sprayed all 12 colors of Dina Wakley sprays, and it looks absolutely gorgeous. It's one of my favorites, and I'm just trying to catch the light. Maybe it's too much in your face, but to show you the gloss. And here is the one that we have with the cling film on it, and it has this beautiful texture as a result of it. I will put the place that I bought in UK down below at the description area. That's the only place I found, but I'm sure you can look around. And also I will put a US link down below from a store, but again you can do your own research. These are the chipboards that I wanted to show you lastly, when they're all nice and dry. See how they blend together, very nice, two colors without any effort. And this is the mold, which is also nice and dry and looks amazing. I hope you enjoyed this experience with these new products. I love these sprays, genuinely. I will be using them again and again. Just to tell you, this video is not sponsored and I wasn't sent these products, so I bought them myself, and my review is only my opinions, as it is always. Please don't forget to give a thumbs up, comment or subscribe to my channel if you like this video or my other videos. Thank you so much for watching and see you next time.